Hey beautifuls, welcome back. Thanks again for joining me for the Beautiful by Nadia 40 Days and 40 Nights Spiritual Detox Challenge. It is day 16. Wow. So, yesterday I told you about my battle with perfectionism and Friday's video on emotions and the organs. So, today I'm going to tell you about how we store emotions in our organs. So, first is the lungs. Lungs are where we tend to hold a lot of sadness. So, if you're a person who grew up in an abusive home or had a lot of trauma growing up, you may have come to feel that the outside world was something dangerous, something to be afraid of, and you might have constricted your breath, tightened your lungs, and kept inside yourself, being afraid to really take a full breath of life and experience everything that life has to offer because you learned that it was something to be afraid of. You learned that it was something that was going to make you sad. So detoxing our lungs works to release a lot of that sadness. If you're holding a lot of sadness in your lungs, you might be a smoker, you might have asthma, you might have trouble breathing, allergies. You might notice breakouts in this area of your cheek. This is where your lungs are detoxifying through your skin. They'll purge their toxins through your skin, and there's nothing you can do from the outside that will work to clear up those breakouts. You have to do the work from the inside. So one way to do that work is through acupuncture. Doing yoga and certain breath techniques is another way to release that sadness. Sometimes, like I told you guys, I cry all the time. I'm a crybaby, and sometimes in the middle of my yoga practice, I will hit something deep in my lungs and just cry, and I know what it is. The memory will come out. It's amazing how the body and mind work together, and with the breath and spirit moving you in a certain way, you can experience these emotional releases. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a healthy thing. You don't want to be afraid of it. You don't want to keep acting out the same coping strategies and defense mechanisms that you developed as a child. You're an adult now and you don't have to. So you can open yourself up more freely to the world without the fear of taking a deep breath in. It's a beautiful thing. Another organ that can store toxic emotion is the liver. We store a lot of anger in our liver. And, this could be from times when you weren't free to express your anger. You were upset or mad, but you couldn't say it. You couldn't express it. You had to push it down. You had to suppress it. Or maybe you didn't have to, but you just felt like you had to. You didn't want to rock the boat. You didn't want to disrupt the situation. You were worried about people not liking you. So you didn't express your anger. You just pushed it down. Or you have anger at a parent from childhood. These can result in alcoholism, liver damage, liver failure. Your liver is one of your most important organs, and you want to care for it and nurture it, and you don't want to be poisoning it constantly just because you can't express your anger. Find ways to do it in healthy ways that don't hurt anybody, that don't hurt any property, that don't hurt yourself. They say depression is anger turned inwards, and that can be very unhealthy for your liver. Take that emotion and express it. Write in your journal. You can be as mean and as angry as you want, and no one has to see it. You can even set it on fire and burn it up when you're done. No one has to know, but you need to find a way to get those emotions out and express them safely, and learn how to stand up for yourself. If you are a person that has difficulty doing this, if you feel like you're always being run over and you're passive, but you have anger about it, that anger is poisoning you from the inside out, and you don't want that. Like the quote from Mark Twain says, anger is an acid which causes more damage to the vessel in which it's stored than anything that it could be poured on. So as damaging as your anger can be when it's expressed, you're the one that's hurt the most by it. Let it out, let it go, and be free. Don't be afraid. Fear is an emotion that is primarily stored in the bladder, and the kidneys. They're connected to each other. So when you have a lot of fear of change, of letting go, fear of expressing yourself, fear of the outside world, fear for no reason, you're holding it in your bladder, and this can manifest in bladder conditions, interstitial cystitis, incontinence, a lot of different conditions, kidney failure. What are you afraid of? Get to know your fears, identify them, and break through them. It is only when you identify what's holding you back that you can really begin to deal with it and truly live into your purpose. You don't have to be afraid anymore. All the things that happen to you in your life, all the people that hurt you, they're gone. And if they're not gone, find a way to get gone, because you don't need that energy around you. It's only holding you back. Learn how to release the fear and truly live. Like the saying says, feel the fear and do it anyway. A lot of things are scary, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do them. You'll learn through experience what types of fears are rational to keep you safe, and what type of fears are just your own inner excitement, nervousness, and anticipation of something that's to come. So really get in touch with yourself, and that's why we're doing this detox process, to allow you to strip down, strip away the layers, and get into those organs, get into those emotions, and let them go. And that's why I warn you guys, as you're doing this detoxing, you may feel emotions come up and you don't know where they came from. They came from inside your body. They could have come from years and years ago. Who knows how long you've been burying them? How often as a child were you told to suppress your tears, not to cry, not to have an outburst, not to get mad, not to even get excited or get really hype and happy about something that you were excited about. Even little things like getting scared and shaking, your body has a reason for that. When you're scared and you start shaking, that's a involuntary movement that relaxes your psoas muscle. And your psoas muscle is deep down in your stomach, and it holds a lot of fear and trauma from childhood. So when you were told to suppress those urges because you looked weak or because somebody didn't like you doing it, you're actually suppressing your body's natural functions for keeping you calm, keeping you relaxed, releasing fear and releasing trauma. And that's why when you're working out and you start shaking, your legs, your arms, whatever part of your body, just let it shake out. You're releasing fear, and that's a good thing. And you want to do that. You want more experiences like that, and you want to create more space for yourself to release those emotions. Now, as an adult, you can release them in a safe and healthy way, and you don't have anybody telling you not to. You have all the power, and you have all the control. And don't ever give your power away. It's really exciting for me to share these tips and tricks with you guys, because they've done wonders for me in my own life. I've completely transformed myself and my life, and even though I'm still the same person deep down, I have much better skills and tools for coping with whatever comes my way. And it feels good, and I want to share that with others. So I thank you for being with me in this journey, and I hope that something that you see here has inspired or assisted you in your journey. Thank you so much, and have a blessed day.